The Chinese ambassador to Nigeria says that China has spent $1.5 million US on medical aid to Nigeria. And a few days ago, Chinese doctors arrived in Nigeria, and the ambassador also said that their transportation and chartering of aircraft to Nigeria cost them $2 million US. If you add 1.5 to $2 million US, which becomes $3.5 million that the Chinese government has spent on medical aid to Nigeria. So the question is, this aid to Nigeria by the Chinese government, who will pay? And what is the agreement between the Nigerian government and the Chinese government? How are they going to reciprocate this gesture by the Chinese government? This aid, did it come for free? Did the Nigerian government ask China for medical help? Did they ask them to send doctors to come and help the medical practitioners in Nigeria to combat the spread of this virus in our country? In helping a friend who is in need, if you can assist your friend anytime he asks for assistance, this aid, did it come for free? Or did it come cheap? Or did the Chinese government on their own decide to help Nigerians? Or if we look at it from what the ambassador said, that if your friend asks for help and if you can help, that there is nothing stopping you from rendering that help, which means the Nigerian government must have reached out to China for assistance. And this assistance that they have asked for, did they ask it free of charge, or they have an agreement with the Chinese government to come and help in combating the spread of this virus in our country? Because I know that if such thing exists, it's the obligation of the government to make it public so that we will know, because anything the Chinese government is receiving from the Nigerian government is coming from the taxpayers' money. It's not just the government money, it comes from the taxpayers' money. It's the responsibility of the government to make it public, make it known to the citizens, so that we will know that this is what we are owing the Chinese government for what they have done. Is there need to call in for help at a time like this? Because I know that the number of cases confirmed in Nigeria so far is still low compared to other countries. As of today, we have over 300 cases in Nigeria compared to thousands in other countries, and they have not asked for help. So if we believe in our medical practitioners and the stories, the informations that they have dishing out to the citizens are true, the number of people that have been cured and discharged from the hospitals, if all these figures are something to take to the bank, why ask for help? That's something that we need to understand. That's the question that we should ask. You know, a few days ago, a video clip surfaced online where Chinese people, their security agents, asked blacks, Africans, to leave their country. They kicked them out of their apartment, sent them out of the hotel, threw them on the street. Many of them were lying down, sleeping on the street. They seized their passports. So what could have made the Chinese nationals to kick Africans out of their country? These security agents single out only blacks out of the whole foreigners in China. Why is it only blacks that they have asked to leave China? That's the question we should ask. And since when has it become a crime for someone to be black? For me, I'm a proud black man. When did it become a crime for me as a human being to be a black? When? If you're white, you're white. If you're black, you're black. You did not just choose to become a white man. I didn't choose to be a black man. We are all created by one God. So why ask blacks, only Africans, to leave China? That's something I don't understand. You know, lots of Chinese people are in Africa. Lots of Chinese people are in Nigeria. We have Chinese companies, restaurants, being run and managed by Chinese. And no one has ever for once asked them to leave our country. No one for once has ever asked them to leave the continent. Even our government officials, the security agents, have never asked them to leave Africa for one day. So why ask blacks to leave China in such an inhuman way? Why treat us like animals? It's time for our leaders to sit together and deliberate on the plight of Africans in foreign lands. I believe it's time for our government to sit with Chinese government and trash out this issue once and for all, so that such act will never occur in the near future. So the government of Nigeria and African leaders should stand up and rise against such treatment being meted out on their citizens. A Nigerian diplomat can be seen addressing the Chinese officials in this video. He tried to retrieve the Nigerian passports being seized by the Chinese officials. The world is unstable at the moment. The whole economy of the world is also unstable. So what could have made our people, Nigerians, to travel to China at a time like this? What are they looking for in China? What kind of business have they gone to do in China in a time like this, when China themselves are fighting to curtail the spread of the virus in their country? So why did our people leave Nigeria, leave Africa for China? What kind of business are they pursuing? I know that it's only the living that can do business. Dead people don't do business. I've never heard that someone in his grave or her grave rose up and start doing business. So it's only when you are alive that you can do business. If Nigerian government, as they claim, have sealed their airspace, how did our people leave Nigeria for China? And when did they get to China? How did they leave Nigeria for China? Did they go by road? Did they fly like witches and wizards? How did they go to China? Did they disappear from Nigeria and reappeared in China? That's the question we should ask. We've been asking why Chinese officials are kicking out blacks in China. There is a report that 5 blacks tested positive for this virus recently in China, including the woman that owns a restaurant where they go to eat with her 2 children. So they are scared. They are scared of people importing the virus back into their country because they are trying everything possible to stop the spread of this virus and destroy it totally. They are leaving no stone unturned. That's why they are asking blacks to leave, because 5 tested positive again for the virus. And it's not as if maybe these guys brought it from Nigeria. I believe they must have contracted it there. Why go to China at a time like this? The WHO has said that everybody should stay at home so that the spread of this virus will be broken. It's time for Africans to use their heads, use their senses, and stay at home. Social distancing, I see it as something very difficult to achieve in Africa. We are not observing it. Look at what happened recently in Funke Akindele's house. Look at what happened in the court. Look at what is happening on the roads and streets of Lagos, Abuja, and everywhere in Nigeria. So no one is observing the social distancing order being imposed by the government and the World Health Organization. The government should sit down with the Chinese government and trash out this issue once and for all, so that there will be peace and harmony between the Chinese and the Nigerians in China, because there is peace and harmony between Nigerians and Chinese in Nigeria. All over Africa, they are living in peace. Not just the Chinese, all foreigners in Africa are living in peace. And they have security because our government, our leaders, have given them security. Military men, policemen that are guiding them wherever they go. So they must reciprocate such gestures to Africans in their own country as well. They must safeguard the lives of Africans and their properties. They cannot be kicking us out like animals. We are not animals, we are humans. Blacks are people, they are humans. If you're a white man, you're a white man. If I'm a black man, I'm a black man. Respect me, I will respect you. We are all humans. We are humans created by the same God. No race is superior to the other, because all races are created by one God. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Share our videos with your friends and family. Subscribe to the channel if you have not. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.